Good morning. This is Uttam Dave. I am a numerologist, a spiritual coach, and a fortune teller, and I welcome you to the fourth video of how to select a numerologist. Today, I'm going to consider three more things you have to keep in mind before you consult a numerologist. So, let's go on to the first one. The first one for today is when you visit a numerologist, uh, or when you speak to a numerologist, even before visiting him, you have to think about two things very, very carefully. Is the numerologist making you fearful of the future? And secondly, is he positive or is he negative? That is very, very important. If a numerologist is making you extremely fearful of the future and trying to suggest that if you take certain remedies from him, the fear will go away and your future will be bright, that's not going to happen. That's a strictly no no, and you should completely strike off that name from your list of numerologists. If at all you think that by inducing fear in you, he can get your money and show you remedies and solve your problems. Life doesn't actually work that way. And also you have to be sure that the numerologist also shows some positivity. He cannot just make you fearful and make you do things. So that is something which you need to keep in mind. The second thing which you need to keep in mind is that no numerologist can just give you remedies and expect you to just sit down and do nothing and get all your problems solved. So the numerologist whom you consult uh, has to make sure that he tells you that you need to put in a lot of your self efforts, probably even more, analyze your strengths and weaknesses, like increase your strengths, decrease your weaknesses, and try to change your weaknesses into strengths. So these kind of guidance is also required when you go and see a numerologist. So please make sure that you don't just buy into that you do so and so remedies and you are absolutely fine. Most of the people think that by just doing the remedies and they can just be completely passive, finish off the remedies and expect the results to show up. It never happens with anybody in any part of the world. Your efforts will have to be there, and the numerologist has to make sure to highlight this thing to you. Fine. And the third thing which you need to keep in mind when you go and see a numerologist is that he has to assure you of your privacy. He cannot show your results to anybody or your readings to anyone without your consent. Fine. So keep these three things in mind when you are out to select a numerologist, and you cannot go very wrong. Thank you very much.